Hey everyone, it's Krista here from Amber Tortoise Jewelry. You can find me at ambertortoise.com. And today's tip of the week is going to be how to clean tarnish off your sterling silver jewelry. So it's really a very simple technique that we're going to cover today, and that is the use of natural baking soda. So before we jump in there, there's several different ways that you can clean your jewelry, and I'm sure that you've probably seen a lot of these. So here we have a sonic cleaner. There's also some jewelry dips and pastes. There's a jewelry polishing cloth. All of these are effective methods, but it depends on what you're trying to clean and just how tarnished your piece is. Now, for things like sterling silver chains or even your gold chains, things that don't have natural gemstones in them and are primarily metal, those items are great to clean with baking soda. It's very quick, it's very easy, and it's all natural, which is great. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Check in for future videos on how to use some of the other cleaning methods. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to just gather a few regular items that you probably have in your kitchen. First one being baking soda. Second thing that you're going to need is boiling water. Here I have water from my tea kettle. You're also going to need aluminum foil. Aluminum foil combined with the baking soda is what causes the reaction that will clean your jewelry. So get yourself a nice piece of aluminum foil in some sort of dish that you can lay your jewelry out in. I love to use the Pyrex type baking dishes because they're glass and they can handle the heat of the boiling water. The final two things that you're going to need is your jewelry itself that's tarnished. You want to make sure that you have that ready to go. And also a nice soft bristled cleaning brush. Now here I'm using an old toothbrush. Children's toothbrushes are great because they're usually very soft bristled. Only thing I'll caution you on, if you use an old toothbrush, make sure that it's really clean. Get all that toothpaste out of there. Okay, so in order to get started, it's really very simple. Take your aluminum foil, line your baking dish. That's step one. Step two is going to be to lay out your silver chains. So I have 4 chains that I'm going to clean today, and these are in varying stages of tarnish. So this one here is pretty bright. It has just started to turn gold ever so slightly, so that one will probably polish up pretty quick. Next, this one is a little bit more tarnished. It has some gold, a few hints of black in it. And then the other 2 that I'm putting in here are really pretty tarnished. This one's got several black spots on it. I used to sell jewelry at a hair salon, and it sounded like a great idea, but all the chemicals in the air caused all of the chains to tarnish very quickly. So I saved a couple of these just for this video. This one I'm going to show you how to clean because this one has very big open links in it. So getting inside those links when they tarnish can be very difficult sometimes. And what I love about the baking soda is because of the reaction it causes, it really gets in there really well and will clean those things that are very hard to do with a polishing cloth. Okay, so now that we have our baking dish lined with foil and we have our jewelry laid out, we are going to take our baking soda and we are going to pour that on top of the jewelry. You're going to sprinkle it right on top, and you want to make sure that you get pretty good coverage. So it's probably about a tablespoon and a half worth. And you can see here that all of my pieces of jewelry are very well covered with baking soda. You can barely even see them. And at that point, I'm just going to take my hot water and pour it right on top. I put just enough water in to cover the jewelry. You want to make sure that everything is fully covered in both the baking soda and the water. And what's great here is if you can see inside this dish, or when you do it yourself, you'll see this. It creates like a little science experiment. All of the baking soda is starting to fizz up and cause all these little bubbles. And what that's doing is that's getting into all of those little nooks and crannies inside your chains and really polishing them well. And it happens almost instantly. The hotter your water and the more baking soda you use, the quicker it will happen. But this chain here, the one that was the closest to bright to begin with, is already clean, completely done. Now the others have a little further to go. Some of them were pretty tarnished, and that's where the brush comes in. So while I still have them in the mix, I just take them and kind of move around a little. I make sure that I get some of that baking soda and really get into each of the little pieces. If you need to, you can add some more baking soda, just sprinkle that on top. You can do the same if you need to add more water, go ahead and do that. And it takes about a minute. For those pieces that aren't very tarnished, they'll clean right away. For those pieces that have a little bit more tarnish on them, you'll need about a minute. Okay, so once you're all done with this piece and you can see everything turning really nice and shiny and bright, there's only a couple steps left. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take these over to the sink and you're going to rinse them really well. You do want to make sure that you get all of the baking soda off of the pieces, especially the ones that are textured and the baking soda can really get in. Once you have that fully rinsed, I take it and I put them on just a natural paper towel, something that's undyed, unbleached, regular natural paper towel, and I let them dry. And once the pieces are both rinsed and dry, I'll then just take a cloth. You can use a polished cloth or you can use an old t-shirt, something that's really soft, not gritty at all, like nice soft cotton. And I'll just wipe the piece down one more time, and that makes it nice and shiny and bright. The other benefit of using a polished cloth to do that piece is that most polished cloths have a built-in tarnish system where it will try to prevent tarnish on your jewelry. So it just gives you a little bit of added protection to keep your pieces brighter for longer. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this week's tip. Head on over to ambertortoise.com and join the Insiders Club if you'd like to be mailed these tips every week. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Talk to you next time.